Hi my honeys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I did this, but hi. So for today's video, I'm going to be playing with a brand new collection from Colourpop. Yay! So this is the Colourpop by the Rosé collection, and I think it is Rosé. It's not Rose, I think it's Rosé. If it's not, correct me down in that description box. You guys already know that I suck at grammar. I suck at life pretty much. So they did send me this in PR, and I am going to be showing you guys the entire collection today. So I'm going to insert some swatches, apply the lipstick, apply the blushes, apply the entire collection on my face. Obviously, I did get some blushes. I'm not going to apply all three. I'm just going to pick whichever one I think best fits my skin tone. But I am playing with the eyeshadow and probably not the super shock shadows. So with that said, let's go ahead and show you guys the palette. So again, this is by the Rosé palette. I don't know exactly how much this is going to cost because they haven't provided prices yet. This new collection does launch on the 30th of this month at 10 a.m. I will link all that information down below for you guys. But I think this palette will run for $14. Do not quote me on the prices. I'm just going based off on their website on like similar products that look exactly like this. Next up, we do have their super shock shadows. So this is a trio. Again, I don't know the price, but I think they will run $6 each. Next up, you guys, we have the super chic cheek blushes. Whoa, that was really hard to pronounce. I think these will run for $8. And then lastly, we have their Fresh Kiss lip lacquers, which I think will run for $8. Now, I will show you guys the swatches on myself, like on my lips. Right now I just kind of wanted to show you guys the swatches on my arm. I will apply them on my lips at the end of this video. And so with that said, you guys, that was pretty much the entire collection. So up next, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a eyeshadow tutorial. And I don't know what I'm gonna create yet with this palette, but I definitely, obviously gives me rosy vibes, very like sexy vibes. So I definitely want something very romantic. So I'm gonna go into the shade called Savor It, and this is like the darkest shade out of the entire palette, obvio. And I'm gonna go into my Morphe M456 brush. So it's a little bit tinier than my Morphe M433, as you guys can see. This looks a little bit smaller, almost the exact same thing, but I'm gonna call her her little sister. So I'm gonna go into her and pick up that eyeshadow, and I really wanna focus this shadow only towards this outer corner. And you guys already know me if you've been following my channel for a long time. I like to apply it in like toquecitos, so I'm patting the eyeshadow in. Just gonna work this color right here. If you guys hear my laundry, sorry, we're doing laundry. My apartment is small, so you can hear literally everything. So I'm just going to pat this in, and then with whatever I have left, I'm gonna start to just buff this out, and kind of like we're hugging my eye. And I'm very, very light hand with it, so I'm not like putting too much pressure. And then I'm just going to start to flick out whatever I have left, going outwards like that. I'm gonna build up the intensity, so I'm gonna go in one more time, and then just work with whatever you have on your eye. Don't go back and grab more product. Just focus this and smooth it out, blend it out. Again, very light hand. Don't be too rough. Now I'm gonna go into a clean brush, you guys, taking the Morphe M441, and I'm just going to, with no product, just start to buff this out. And this really allows or helps this eyeshadow to look even more softer and more blended. So again, I'm being very, very light-handed with this. Now what I'm doing, you guys, is taking the Morphe M441, and now I'm gonna go into the eyeshadow called Everscent. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The shade. And I'm going to apply it right above this eyeshadow. So pretty much going to blend out the harsh lines right here. And then with whatever I have left, I'm gonna start to move it into the crease. So I pretty much just wanna keep this burgundy shade that we first placed be the darkest area of this look. And then just bring it in. But this is blending out so beautiful. Overall though, I really enjoy Colourpop eyeshadows. Like for the price, the quality is just, it really blows my mind on how nicely they blend. and they're so buttery. Like, I never have an issue with them, knock on wood. Hopefully I never really ever do, but I'm really obsessed with their quality. So now I'm just going back, you guys, to the Morphe M456 and picking up more of that shade called Savor It. And I'm just going to retouch up this area just to make sure that I am satisfied with the pigment and where I've placed it. So I'm just pretty much going back in there so that way we don't lose that color either. So taking my Morphe M441, the next shade I'm gonna grab, you guys, is called Sunday Soiree. This shade, obviously, it's lighter than the previous two shades that we used. So what I'm gonna do is just pretty much pick some of that up, and I'm gonna hit it right underneath the brow. But I mainly want to focus this right here. I love doing this because it really helps to open up the eye a little bit more, and it looks just more bronzy. I'm gonna go into my PLOUISE. This is her Rumor 02 eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to start to cut my crease. So obviously you guys have seen me do this a million times here on my channel, so I'm just pretty much going to carve this out and cut it out. And I'm only gonna do it halfway. Anyways, I'm gonna go into this shade again, and I'm just going to apply this towards the outer corner as I am right now with the Morphe M441. And I'm just going to pat this in like that. Then I go back into Savor It with the same brush, and I'm just going to pat this towards the outer corner of the eye. I'm gonna go into the shade called Cheers Babe, the one right in the middle because it's nice and gold. So I'm gonna take my BEBELLA, the NG335 brush. I already applied some product on there, and I'm not gonna go into any Fix Plus or setting spray. You guys can totally do that if you want, but I'm gonna go in dry. Actually, you know what? I think I might get it wet. I'm gonna go into my MAC Fix Plus, the Gold Light spray, and I'm just going to spray the brush. This will just give us, oh yeah, more pigment, so it looks more wet on the lid. So you guys, I'm actually going into the shade called Sweetness. This one right here, it has a little bit of glitter in it, but it also feels like a matte. It's not as shimmery as these other shadows. So I'm going back into that same brush, the BEBELLA NG335, and basically what I'm doing with no setting spray, I am going to just tap it towards this outer corner, and it actually looks really pretty mixed in with the shimmer main shade and this burgundy outer corner shade. So I really don't want to lose the color that I have going on with like a wing or anything like that. That's totally optional for you guys if you want to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and just slap on some lashes, finish off my face off camera, come back with you guys, finish the under eye, and then apply the blush and do the lipstick swatches, and then we are almost done. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. All right guys, so I am back. I'm gonna go ahead and start to apply this Intenso liner from TRESLUCE in the shade called Honest. So this is gonna go right possibly in my waterline. Yeah, let's apply it in the waterline, and then I'm also going to just drag it towards this lower lash line, really close to the lashes. And then I'm also just going to bring it in towards this inner corner and then tide line my eyes. I'm gonna grab this BEBELLA brush, the NG352, and I'm gonna go back into the palette, taking that dark shade called Savor It, and this one right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just hit that lower lash line and just really close. I don't wanna bring this eyeshadow too low. I want to keep it really close to the lashes. Now I'm going to go into this Sigma brush, the E55, and I'm just going to go back into the shade called Sunday Soirée. And I'm just going to run this towards my bottom lash line just to smooth that out. All right, you guys, so now it's time to apply the blush. I actually wanted to point out really quick that for the inner corner highlight, I went into Picnic Basket, the shade right here. I went in with the Ariel times Morphe brush, and I literally, you guys, just picked up some of this eyeshadow and I literally just ran it in the inner corner underneath the brow. I feel like that really pulled the eye together. I was just really obsessed with that and I really had to share that with you guys. Again, we do have 3 shades. You guys saw the swatches a little bit earlier. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go into No Way. I'm gonna try it on by itself. So it does have a little bit of a creamy formula, like very squishy and like foamy. I don't know how to explain the texture, but it is like really cushiony and very, very soft and creamy. To my Morphe M105 brush. So pretty much just going to maybe go like this, and I'm gonna smile and apply it on the apples of my cheeks because I love to apply blush here. Ooh, wow, that is beautiful. I was not expecting that, honestly. I was expecting it to look very, very like glittery. It does have a little bit of glow in it, just so you know. Wow. Okay, I'm glad I went with this color. But you guys can tell right away like the color of this blush. So just an FYI, there is a little bit of glow, as you guys can see, but I love the tint of this one. So obviously it is going to, like, you guys can see like my pores and my imperfections. So just so you know, it is going to like bring that forward. So if you don't like that, I would definitely probably recommend to go in with a matte blush and then maybe apply this as a topper and apply a little bit of glow towards the apples of the cheeks. I think this will be really, really good as a topper. But of course, if you do have like the perfect model skin, then you can definitely get away with this just wearing it by itself. Like my sister has the best skin ever. I'm like, bitch, how did you get perfect skin? Like, but I did start wearing makeup when I was really, really young, so I can see why. You guys already know me. I am definitely more of a liquid matte type of girl. These kind of like lip lacquers, I do like them. Just sometimes, like if I'm just going out to the store really quick and I need a little bit of color on my lips, so that way they don't look dry and crusty, then I do like to apply them on the go. It's not necessarily something that I would wear like if I'm going to an event or anything like that. Perhaps maybe this color, like if I'm wearing a nice nude lipstick, matte, and I want a little bit of like glow to my lips so that way they don't look dry, then I would definitely slap this on. So this one I'm gonna swatch first on my lips. It's called First Glass. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade called It's On Me. I just love how pigmented these are. So pigmented, and they glide on really nicely. Ooh, this color is really pretty. So again, this one is called It's On Me. So normally, you guys already know, this is not a color that I normally wear here on my channel. I always do like neutral nude tones. Unless I'm doing a really like minimal eyeshadow look, I love to pop on a berry, orangey, or red burgundy lip, but for the most part it's always nudes here on my channel. But this color is actually really, really pretty. All right, and the last color, it is called Spritz Me. So this one is darker than the other 2 shades, and let's go ahead and slap her on. Ooh, I'm telling you, these are so freaking pigmented. Wow. So this one, you probably do need to go in a little more time. All right, so once again, this one is called Spritz Me. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, apply a lip color that I would normally pair up with this type of eyeshadow look. Maybe a nude, maybe it's gonna be a matte color. Who knows, we'll see here in just a second. So I'll be right back to give you guys my final thoughts. All right, you guys, I am back. So now let's go ahead and kind of give you guys my final thoughts on this entire collection, which I'm sure by the mood that you guys are seeing me right now, I am really obsessed with some items. So let me go ahead and break it down for you guys and let you know what you need in your collection. Let's start off with the palette. So we have the By the Rosé palette, hands down 10 out of 10. I am obsessed. This palette is seriously so beautiful, you guys. It actually also gives me bridal vibes. When I used to do makeup back in the day, like 10 years ago, I used to do a lot of brides makeup, and I would always have not every single bright, but I mean for the majority of them, they would always request something very rosy, very sexy, and this definitely gives me bridal vibes. And I mean, even if you're not getting married, like I was still able to create something like this, super smoky and pretty. But I definitely feel like if you are a makeup artist, this is a good palette to have in your collection because of all the rosy undertones. But guys, the pigmentation is there. I mean, we all know Colourpop eyeshadows are really, really good. So this palette overall, if nothing else from this collection sticks out to you guys, I just definitely recommend the palette. I am obsessed. Of course, if this is something you guys don't have already in your collection. The Super Shock shadows, obviously I did not use them today, but I am a huge fan of Super Shock shadows from Colourpop. Colourpop. I also used to carry these a lot whenever I did freelancing. They're just good shadows to have. They're very glittery, very pigment, and they last all day. Oh my gosh, they're Super Shock cheek pearlized blushes, you guys. Bomb. 10 out of 10. I obviously haven't tried the other colors, but again, if you are my complexion, No Way is seriously such a beautiful color. Like, I'm obsessed with my blush right now. Of course, I do have combo to oily, so normally my T-zone is the area that I normally get really oily, especially around the cheek area. So I feel like I personally would probably use this as a topper. I probably even use this by itself if I'm doing something very like natural makeup. And I just really love the way my cheeks look. Like, it looks really rosy, a little bit of glow in there, but yet not too overpowering. But if you do have textured skin like I do, that will definitely make it pop, because obviously it is pearlized, so it does have a little bit of pearls in there, glow. So it is going to, you know, have those blemishes stand out. But of course, if that doesn't bother you, then you will really, really enjoy these. The lip lacquers, obviously, like I said again, I feel like I'm like a broken record, but they're not for me personally. Unless I'm just going somewhere, you know, very quick to the store, I would definitely just go with this shade. This one is called First Glass because it's more natural. These are really, really pretty. You guys saw them on me, and they are really pretty, but they're not for me personally. But I know that maybe some of you guys do like this type of formula, and I really recommend them because the formula was great. I feel like I didn't have to go in there multiple times to get more product, except for the darker one. Obviously, I feel like that's pretty normal for a lot of brands. When they come out with like darker lip colors, you do have to go in there, you know, a couple of times to get that color payoff. But these two definitely, I feel like, were perfect. And that's pretty much it, you guys, for the entire collection, this new collection from Colourpop called By the Rose. I will link everything down below for you guys. Remember, this won't launch until Thursday, I think, the 30th, at 10 a.m. Follow Colourpop on Instagram. I think they've already posted some details about this collection, but I will link everything down below for you guys if you are interested in picking this up. I definitely recommend it. I had a lot of fun actually playing with this collection, and I am really obsessed with my makeup right now. Like, I can't wait to actually take pictures for Instagram. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's review. If you did, do not leave without giving my video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and also click that little notification bell because it does notify you every single time that I upload a new video here on my canal. So with that said, you guys, I love you so much. Besitos, and I will see you guys in my next video on Thursday.